If you ask the people who grew up with me and knew me when I was younger, I always found an opportunity to sell something to someone. We'd have market days at my school and I'd sell out on the way there. So, I've always been very entrepreneurial. Business doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? There's so many social challenges, there's so many environmental challenges. And I think when you approach business specifically from the lens of responsible entrepreneurship, you're able to account for those different challenges within your business model. Legal Standpoint is a legal tech startup that works to democratize legal education and legal services. It's a mobile app that has two main functionalities. On the one hand, you have the marketplace with lawyers. So if you find yourself in a legal challenge, you're able to go on the app and essentially just request the specific service that you're looking for. So a consultation or asking a lawyer a question. And then on the education side of it, that's just to help people understand different facets of the law and how they apply to them in their lives.
My name is Keitumetse Pule. I am 12 years old.
I first heard about the scholarship opportunity in my grade 6 year. I wouldn't have been able to go to a good quality school without the scholarship. So it was quite literally life-changing. I could sense even at that point that entrepreneurship was deeply embedded in the scholarship. I do feel like Allan Gray, met me where I was. And the one thing that I really enjoy is that I've never had to be anything that I'm not. I always show up authentically, and I think Allan Gray celebrates that and they encourage that, to show up as you are. And I think it's your lived experiences in particular that make you who you are and make you think a certain way and approach situations a certain way. My approach to challenges in general has a lot to do with me existing in the dichotomy of having access to every possible resource at our disposal, and then having to go back home over the holidays. And I think that dichotomy for me really heightened my sensitivity just to the inequalities in South Africa. The fellowship was an opportunity for me to really think deeply and more seriously about pursuing entrepreneurship as a viable career prospect. There were a lot of startup ideas that I got to pitch. The venture that I run today can be traced back to my time as a candidate fellow. Being able to go and pitch your idea, but also see that there's other people that are taking entrepreneurship just as seriously and, turning ideas into viable business solutions and seeing them grow. I am on the Pathways program currently with E-Squared. They've been instrumental just in funding us and giving us a little bit of runway as we try and maneuver through the space and try find product market fit. I think business is really instrumental in society, and entrepreneurship generally I think is a really powerful vehicle through which to solve meaningful problems in society. I do think that I've been capacitated with the resources to start different businesses and to solve those challenges. I'm where I am right now because, of Allan Gray and the risk that they took and the bet that they made all those years ago. And I think there'll just always be a very deep sense of passing the baton because it's not everyone that has access to the same opportunities. I want to solve challenges, I want to make a meaningful difference in this world. I want to leave a dent. I want to make a positive contribution.
In the future, I want to grow up to be a strong, beautiful, self-supporting citizen in a democratic South Africa. And you have to work hard to be a good, successful person in the future.